WeKanGame fan suggestions. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Andrew Can, together WeKanGame, here to bring you another fan suggested video. As you guys told me in the comments, you've been loving the fan suggested videos, but you wanted a game that you could pick up and download, you didn't have to pay for, and I'm going to bring you just that. This game is called The Body Changer, and without much else to do, let us get started by hitting the space key. We encountered problems in the base. No end Hope 12. The inspector has detected malfunction in the purifiers. I'm going to hit the space key to continue. Your job now is to remotely control a research SynB. Your primary mission is to verify the purifier status. Use the SynB to explore the main base. Find every purifiers of this base. Current sector ID, Sector 01. Once you have found the purifier, reactivate it. Thanks and good job. We are in your hand. And with that, we get started. We are in Sector 1, Control Diagnostic. We're just going to have a little bit of tutorial. To move, we can use the WASD, WS, control forward and backwards, and A and D, strafe left and right. Look around using your mouse. It's very simple controls. To run, you hold the Shift key, or you can double tap the W, but I'll probably hold Shift key. To reverse, you hit the S key. And that's basic controls. This game was developed by the Short and the Tall, and how it was suggested to me was by Alberto. One of the designers actually contacted me and a bunch of people on indiedb to play this demo, to play it, and to give us honest feedback, tell us what we think. And right away, I just have to say I love the look of this game. It looks really nice. It kind of reminds me of a Borderlands kind of style with the art, the direction of it anyway. So we're going to go around and use the E to kind of read. Actually, it seems like... Alright, we had to double click S to move forward. But the door is unlocked. Reached a checkpoint. And it's important to note that this game is in early alpha, and that this is a demo. So I'm going to play through this entire demo for you today. And we're going to learn... The fully functioning SynB without infection shield are harmed by the red water. So we're a SynB, which is blue. I'm going to take a guess. So we're going to need to grab this. That's some health, and we can use the middle mouse button to see the health in our inventory. We're going to see what this says by hitting the spacebar. Fully functioning it's just telling us what we already learned. Now, this game, as we go through, I'll tell us a little about. Like I said, I was contacted by the developers, which is really awesome, but the filters room, we're getting a look at that overhead panel and what appears to be a device. So let's pick up this device. Like I said, it was really cool for these developers to contact me. Alberto, like I said, was his name. And Alberto is 37, and he's from Italy, actually. He's from Treviso, Italy, and apparently that's really close to Venice. Just a little bit of information there. Let's hit the space bar to see. It's going to tell us to select this in the inventory. Basically what this is this is what's going to be used to activate the key. If you right click the mouse button, you can use it to activate what these keys are. The device is disabled, so we're going to need to find a code to interact with it. So we're going to need to look around the room. That's one thing I like about this game, is that you need to find and explore, and you have to look around to find clues to help you keep moving. It's really cool in that sense. So this appears to be a pad we can touch, so let's place spacebar, and it gave us a hint of what the key is. So with that, we're going to have to keep that in mind and try to activate this door. We're going to right click, and now the devices are usable, so we can easily just right click the mouse and copy that code. Yet it's kind of finicky. You have to be really precise with it. So with that, we've opened the door. Now, we haven't gotten to the reason it's called Body Changer, but we'll get to that really fast. Right here is another interesting thing. This zone is the noiser, a security system to corrupt the device. Find a cycle device to disable it. This section, I'm just going to give you a fair warning, it may hurt your head just from what it's going to do. What it's going to do is it's going to mess with the way the screen resolution looks, and it's going to tell us some hints. Our work is our future at HD. We found the key, so all we need to do now is find where the access panel is. So there it is. So it seems like there's 3 in this bottom row. That's all it needs. And with that, I think we've deactivated it. We have. So it's really cool to use what we've already gathered to pretty much move forward progression. It's really good at showing us pretty much everything this game has to offer right away. The demo's a lot of fun. I highly recommend playing it, and the link to get the demo will be in the description, so if you wish to play it, definitely recommend checking it out. But let us hit the spacebar to see some Cycle V device have mirrored code. That being said, if you look above the console right there, that's the code we're going to have to use. Using your brain to kind of help you out. So I like that. I like how you have to use the environment. And the environment is really cool. So we're now in the red SynB room, which is that over there. But to get there, obviously, we're going to need to walk to it. The only way we can get through it is by activating this. And if you pay close attention, the water will change color. There's a very specific reason for that. The blue SynB cannot go in the red water. If he does, this will happen. He'll start to lose health. So we can't go in there with the blue SynB. That being said, I'm going to heal up a little bit. Press the spacebar to use this object. We're going to heal up. And we're going to activate the SynB by hitting this console here. Now the reason it is called Body Changer is that we can now switch bodies if we go into the menu and select the red SynB. So now, as the red SynB, it has an infection shield, so we can walk through this water. We can easily switch between them by hitting, I believe it's the... Oh sure, it'll give us a key. But there's a key you can easily hit to get switch between these two. So now that we have that, what we're going to have to do, it's quite simple actually, is we're going to have to switch the color back to blue, I believe. Actually, hold on one second. Kind of forgetting a little bit what we need to do. I know that... Okay, left mouse button in space. So there is a shortcut. Maybe they should just think about making that a much easier button than left mouse in space, but I know you can change the keybinds in the settings, but default's kind of weird. So now that we have the red symbiote, we can go back to the very beginning of this area. If you remember, there was red water in the beginning, so what you're going to want to do is travel back as the new suit. And this is why it's called Body Changer. You can change between bodies. And I think that's a really cool idea. And in this demo, they really showcase what you can do with it. I'm obviously going to tell you my thoughts and opinion as I get them and as we go to them. But one thing I want to say is this game actually has a is highly influenced by Resident Evil 4 and a little bit by Metroid. And you can kind of see that. But now that we're in this water, we have to access this key pass. So now that we have the key pass, we're going to go back to the blue symbiote. Another cool function is that you can switch even when you're really far away. So there's no... It doesn't matter how far away you are. It will still register, which I found to be very useful. A similar mechanic would be that of the portal gun, where you can kind of change between location using portals. But here there's no limit to how far you have to be, which I find to be very nice. Now, the gameplay is very solid. The only thing I would say is that the walking and running speed maybe could be sped up just a little bit. It's kind of slow paced, but I mean, it's not that much on the action. Well, at least the demo is. Maybe the main game will be a little bit more action oriented. But it's still a lot of fun. So we're going to stand on there. And now, we're going to go back over here and activate this, changing the water back to blue. But because of how high the water pressure is, we won't be able to go that way. So what we're going to have to do is, I believe I've accidentally screwed up thinking about this. Actually, no. We're going to go back here. We're going to be smart. This puzzle kind of gets me a little bit. I played through this enough to get the controls down, enough to where I can get an opinion on the game, but still, the puzzles even are a little challenging. So I definitely recommend you play this for yourself. I'm going to switch now and try to activate that. I think what I need to do now So I think I need to use the red symbiote to go and activate this so he can walk through there. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to switch quickly, but forgot that you can't switch if you are near a key access panel, which makes sense. Okay, we're far enough away now, so let's switch back to the blue body changer. And now that we have him selected, we can walk through this safely. Warning, high water pressure, just letting us know. And so with that, we can change over here. That's what we had to do. We had to get one over before we could get the red. Like I said, the puzzle solving, not too difficult, but takes a little bit of thinking. Now, I have to say, I love puzzle games. I've been playing a lot of puzzle games lately, and they're just a really fun genre of game in general, I find. And this game, I've never seen a game like this, which is good. I actually found out by contacting the devs that this game was created from another indie game they were working on called The Effing Dead. However, Effing Dead didn't turn out as well as they wanted it to, so they unfortunately had to can the project. And through it, the body changer was born. He's letting us know, or the panel's letting us know, that in the next room there are 3 panels that we're going to need. But here we are in the draining room, and as you can see, we see another body over there. And with this new body, we have another in which we can change. And we now have the JCN has detected a menace, so we're going to have to equip the SynB with the flexible gun. So we're going to go over here and collect a gun to bring us to another mechanic, combat. And we can select the gun by doing this. Now, one thing to note, you cannot go in this water. I know it looks like you can, but just because you have red on you does not mean you have the protection from the water. But we are now introduced to a new mechanic. If we use the right button, we can aim, and if we use the left, we can shoot. So this is kind of where the Resident Evil and Metroid influence comes in. Luckily, when you kill these enemies, they give you ammo. So again, they're changing it up, and I really can appreciate that. So what we're going to have to do now is kind of defend ourselves for this little section coming up. There's going to be a lot of incoming zombies, and what you're going to want to do is headshot. So that's pretty basic. But I mean, the combat is challenging, especially for this segment. I mean, it's not the most complex combat you've ever had, but it works. And this game's more about the environments and the puzzles, which I really like. It kind of has that Metroid-esque feel where the combat's important, but so is the environments. So there we go. Zombies pretty easily taken care of. All you have to do, like I said, is aim for the head and you'll be alright. JCN has detected a pipe leak, so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have where the body changer really gets interesting, where you have to constantly and quickly change between the body types. So what we're going to need to do now is fix this leak. And we're going to have to be patient. Leak fixed. Now we have a new leak springing up. All the while, we're going to have to watch down here to make sure that we don't get attacked. So now that these two have been activated, it can either switch to the left or the right pump. So you kind of have to use your skill and your reflexes to quickly switch, and I find that to be actually really cool, especially since this game thus far has been pretty slow moving. So with the pipe leak, there comes the zombies. So now we're going to have to switch to the other body, get rid of the zombies, and switch back. And it's going to let us know that the pipe is leaking. A little hesitant on the switch there, but overall still works. But Alberto and the other developer really did a good job on this. If I speak about Alberto, it's because he was the one that I interviewed. He's the one I spoke to more. So he's the one I know opinions directly. But I'm very happy that they contacted me to do this game, because this game is really, really fun. And I can't wait to see what more happens to it. I can't wait to see when they develop even further for it. And I'm really pumped for the future of this game, because I believe this game is going to be a lot of fun. Currently, there's a link to Steam. You can support it on Steam, but I definitely recommend trying out the demo and give them feedback on the indiedb, because every game developer could use some feedback, and this game is really, really good. I mean, the demo's solid, the art style is unique, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But now that we've done that, we've cleared the way for this menace stage. As you see, it said end of menace. So what we're going to do now is enter through here, and it auto saves, which is nice. And we are going to use the spacebar. We don't have the key pass, which we gave to the red symbiote. So what we're going to need to do now is head back to the other body, which is something I forgot to do, but not too difficult. If we do this, we can't activate it because we don't have the ray colors, which means there will be more colors to these rays, which means even more mechanics to have. So it really gives you a taste of it. It does a good job of what a demo is supposed to do. It gives you a taste and leaves you wanting more. I can't wait for this game to be on Steam. So I'm going to switch to the red symbiote and then go to his inventory, because he actually does have... So I'm going to hit R to give it to the closest symbiote. And now that he has the key, we're going to have to switch back to the red symbiote, make him go on here. And yeah, the puzzle just is... God, I love this game. I can't say enough good things about it. Like I said, try it for yourself. It really is a unique design. And I like... my favorite thing about doing this series is that I get to play a lot of different games with a lot of different mechanics, something new every time you guys suggest games, and I really thank you for suggesting some really great games. So now that we have the passkey, let us go over here and activate this door. Alright, now we have the doors unlocked and we're in Silo Sector 1, and let's activate this turbine like we were supposed to. And we fixed this purifier, my bad. And we can see that the water is changing colors, allowing forward progression. And the purifier is fixed 10%, which leads us to believe that each purifier is probably only going to do 10%. Which can give you an idea, there's probably going to be 10 purifiers with that logic, which means this game's probably going to be a pretty decent length, which makes me excited. So let us run through here. We're back to the draining pool. Now I believe that this symbiote can walk through the water. The blue water, I believe, does not hurt. Am I right? Yes, the blue water is fine. But it's not safe because there is a monster. But that's going to be the end of the demo. That's all the taste you get. As you can see, it gives us some tips how to avoid this person. But that's going to be it for the demo. Definitely pick up this game. The Body Changer is one of those games you're going to want to pick up. But with that, that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, highly consider giving it a rating. If you want to see more from this series, click that video on screen to see the last episode. If you really love this video, highly consider subscribing. It really does help me out. But if you want to suggest an indie game for me to play, leave a comment in the section below on an indie game you wish for me to play. Or you can tweet me and directly message me there to suggest an indie game to play. I'd like to take this time to thank the people at The Short and the Tall for letting me do this video, and I'd like to thank Alberto for answering all my questions. Guys, please check this out. The links are in the description. I can't say enough good things about this game. It's one of those games you're going to want to look out for. But with that, thank you all so much for your time. I hope you had a great day. Bye. In early access. So this is what they want to hear. They want to hear things like this. So my suggestions would be as following. I know that you don't want to add too much, and the theme is you only get one. But maybe adding some different colors for the orbitals. That would just be an aesthetic thing that would really mean a lot. Like just adding a few more colors makes a huge difference. I know that later in the game there are different color constellations and things,